like I loved Arkham City.
Yeah.
And everything that they did right in Arkham City is like double here. And they even
What about Arkham
there's
Origin?
even Arkham Origins, like it felt like it was it's still, it's obviously still a part of the Arkham series, but it felt, to me, it felt, it feels different
To me, it felt
when
different,
compared.
but I still really liked it.
Yeah. So with this game, it was like it did feel like an Arkham sequel, but it also felt like it just felt like the perfect way to continue it. And it you totally feel like Batman, and it feels, especially with how much more open it is, you know
In Arkham
and it's
City?
like, yeah. And then because it's all of Gotham, and like you could drive around in a
Well, see,
Batmobile.
that was the joke I originally made. After Arkham City came out, because of how big the change was from the asylum to the city, I said the next one's just going to be
Mhm.
Arkham State or like the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just like skip over
Wow.
Gotham completely.
Yeah. That's, they totally do that. And that's funny because like I think like one thug is like, man, imagine if we could beat the Bat, then we could just take over the whole state. Like they actually say that. So I'm like, yeah. So I think that might be
I
possible, and
love
that
the
might
thugs in the
happen.
Arkham games.
Yeah, there's. I just love it too when it's like they see that it's Batman, and
It's the
it totally is
bats.
Batman. Yeah, it's like, was that the Bat? It's like, hey, come down here, Bat. You come down here, beat the crap out of them, and they're like, oh, you scared? Oh man.
Well, I like whenever they go on their wacky antics. Like there was one, it might have been in Arkham City where uh, two of the random goons and did an impression of Joker and Harley Quinn. And it was like one of my single favorite moments in the game because I'm just walking by and they're like, oh, you better watch out, or he'll send Harley after us. And he's like, oh, what's she gonna do? Walk down here back, oh, Mr. J, or like whatever. And then the other guy goes, oh, that's right, Harley. And they're like talking back and forth. And it was like the greatest impressions of both of them from just two thugs. And I was like, this is amazing.
Oh my god. That
Just,
sounds
just
awesome.
the crap they start talking about is really, I don't know, it's funny.
But it is missing a lot that I wish it did have. Which is like what everyone is saying, but a lot of those people are also saying like that, oh well, then that makes it a horrible game, but it doesn't. It just makes it less of the game you wanted it to be, but it's still fun, and it's
Yeah, I
still,
wouldn't call it a bad game.
yeah. I do wish that vehicles work differently, but that's just me being like, it's not like the original, so I don't
Yeah,
find
and
that as
that's not a
valid
fair argument
argument.
to make because
Yeah,
besides the fact that it's a completely different company entirely,
yeah,
and how long like after they work with the assets they have.
exactly. And the thing is, though, I think that even though it's not like the originals or whatever, I don't think it was ever supposed to be. I
No, it
think,
wasn't. It's Dice's version of it.
yeah, like I think
It's not a remake.
yeah, it's not a remake at all. It's just, or it's not even a sequel or even a spiritual successor. It's just another Star Wars first person shooter, but they're like, I mean, what are we going to call this? Like, what's something that's familiar and makes sense because it is what the game is, and that is a Battlefront. So, what the heck? It's going to have Battlefront for the title, but it's not the Battlefront series. So it's not part of the same franchise. It's just
Hmm.
Battlefront. Uh, it,
It's also
but
weird to
like,
me that so many people complain that it's not like the other one. But everybody I see that play, like almost everyone I see that plays it in first person.
exactly.
The
And that's what I
PC
find
version
funny.
of the game did have first person, but everyone I know still played third person. That was like the big thing of Battlefront. Everybody I knew played third person, and now everybody plays it in
Yeah.
first person. They're like, "This isn't like the old game at all." It's like, well, push the back button or whatever it is on the PC, and then it's just like it.
Yeah.
Because it does.
And like,
When I played the beta, there's even the video of Matt and me doing it. It feels a lot like
mhm,
Battlefront. It's big Star Wars related like skinned battles. Um,
yeah. I mean, what I guess it's mostly just like the way that there are power ups and vehicles are used with power ups, and like it's like
That part was a little strange to me.
yeah. So I think like it like even in third person, it's totally different when it's like
Yeah,
when
but I'm
there's like
talking about
the
like ground, like unit combat.
yeah. No, I know.
Like
Like it's if it just it feels like it feels like it was like combat was it's really interesting because like even though you can still do really well in third person, it feels like they totally did make it for first person, but like
I
the
thought
third
it was pretty
person doesn't.
balanced because when I
Yeah,
did the
so like
beta, I switched back and forth between the two, and I did pretty much the same in both.
yeah, because the third person it doesn't add or take away
And for a
to the
game
gameplay.
that's pretty much, I mean, I guess technically not 100%, but pretty much multiplayer only,
Hmm.
um, it did the thing that I want in multiplayer. I had fun.
Yeah, and what's cool too, which is really exciting too, there isn't really any voice communication outside of your own party, which
Hmm.
I find very very well done because I that can become easily annoying
Well, the
in
classic Halo
multiplayer games.
games, like Halo 2 and 3, if you'd play stuff like Big
Mhm.
Team Battle, um, you'd have 16 players or whatever. The one thing they had was you had to press like down or like yeah, I think it was maybe not down because I was a lower weapon. It was I think maybe right on the D-pad or up to talk.
Mhm.
And then there was
Yeah.
also, but then if you were within a certain like that was group talk. Then if you were in a certain radius of people, then they could hear you. So like you could be by your friends and
Wow.
talk to them, but if they walked away, you'd have to use group chat. So it's like it was a comms is what it was. You could talk to them like by voice when you're by them, but if you're away, you had to use the speaker, the mic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's
But then Xbox 360 came out
Battlefront.
with the party system, and then nobody ever talked online anymore.
Yeah, I find that funny too. I mean, I do use it now
Well, because it used
with
to only be private chat.
yeah, that's because like now when I use it, it's only with like the Xbox Live Party and not in-game voice
Yeah.
because that yeah because that that gets annoying. Like
It used to be
I was
awesome.
playing yeah I was playing that one game Warframe and like I had no idea there was voice chat, and all of a sudden I hear this voice, like this horrible audio, like someone just left their mic in like the restroom or something, and then like it was just it was really bad, and it's like I'm glad that there is an option to not listen to this.
Yeah, you just mute them.
Yeah, and it works, and I feel like if I fall off now, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Superman
And
64 is a perfect example of a game that they had high hopes for that the companies rushed.
that for sure is coming out. Whatever the next year's Assassin's Creed is.
There you
Oh
go.
no.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. World War I. Finally. Just kidding. Oh. I don't know, man. I still wish there was a Desmond game. But because like the stuff in I think it was in 3 where it's like the modern slash kind of future day because it's still sort of in the near future from modern day. Like and also like some of what like in Assassin's Creed 4 the best parts were in the actual like history stuff with the pirates, but the stuff that was in the modern day, like even though it wasn't that much, it was still interesting to see.
Yeah, it was.
So I wish there was a game that just takes place there because that's what they've promised since like I think 2 or Brotherhood. So I'm like, come on, I want that Ubisoft,
They have a lot
but
of
it's
time to
fine.
make up to until then.
Yeah, it's fine. Just do your stuff, whatever. Assassin's Creed 2012, and it's like, oh no, wait, that technically already did happen.
Yeah, the year
Whatever.
2012 did happen.
Yeah. So, oh well. So yeah, I can't really think of anything. Freaking, what's gonna be on the Xbox? That's gonna be like, you know what? How about this? Elder Scrolls 6. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm
Imagine.
sure that's coming out next year.
For sure. I know.